When I was a child, not sure how old I was, but it was a single-digit number, I snuck in my living room where my mother and her friends were watching this movie. It scared the crap out of me. Later in life, I found out it was a movie called The Manitou. It was released in 1978 and based on the best-selling novel of the same name by author Graham Masterton. The movie tells the story of a woman named Karen who discovers a tumor growing on her back, which is revealed to be the physical manifestation of an ancient Native American spirit called Manitou. The Manitou soon begins to wreak havoc and terrorize the hospital where Karen is receiving treatment. The movie's inspiration comes from the rich history and mythology surrounding Manitou in Native American culture. Through the horror genre, the Manitou showcases the power and wrath of Manitou and highlights the consequences of disrespecting and disregarding the natural balance of the land. While the film was not a critical success, it has gone on to become a cult classic in the horror genre, inspiring numerous movies and books that explore Native American mythology and spirituality. This movie inspired my interest in Indian culture and folklore, so here is a story I wrote, but I strongly recommend you either read the book by Graham Masterton or watch the movie. Now grab some popcorn or relax and put your headphones on, my paranormal-seeking friends, as I tell my stories and give you a bit of history on Manitou. Now let's begin. Short story number 1. I call it Foolish Travelers and the Vengeful Manitou. In the depths of the primeval forest, hidden from prying eyes, an evil Manitou lurked. It was born of hatred and malice, with a bitter loathing for humanity and an insatiable thirst for vengeance. Its dark powers corrupted all the creatures around it, twisting them into grotesque and malevolent shadows of their former selves. The local tribes warned their members to steer clear of the haunted forest where the Manitou and its minions dwelt. Still, there were always fools who scoffed at such tales, who believed themselves invincible and immune to the dangers of the supernatural world. One such foolish band of travelers entered the forest, led by a ruthless and greedy man. He was a cruel and selfish monster who thought nothing of exploiting the locals and despoiling the land. His followers were equally callous and uncaring, ready to do whatever it took to satisfy their lust for gold and power. As they marched deeper into the creepy wilderness, the travelers started to feel uneasy. The trees that stood around them seemed to have dark, judgmental eyes. The thick underbrush seemed to twist and writhe like living things. A sense of dread and foreboding hung heavily in the air. But the greedy man refused to turn back. He laughed at his companions' weak attempts to dissuade him from his mission, claiming that they were nothing more than old wives' tales. "This land belongs to us now," he told them, his heart cold and unfeeling. And then, without warning, the Manitou struck. Its howling voice echoed through the trees, and its minions burst out from their hiding places like an unholy maelstrom. The travelers were caught off guard, and they were no match for the supernatural force that assailed them. One by one, the greedy man's companions fell, slain by the Manitou's dark magic. Some were snatched away by clawed hands that emerged from the shadows. Others were dragged down into the earth itself. The greedy man himself tried to fight back, but he was quickly overpowered and subdued. As he lay there, gasping his last breaths, the greedy man realized the terrible truth. The Manitou was not just a legend, it was real, a vengeful force that punished those who disturbed the natural balance of the land. He had brought this curse upon himself and his companions, all in the name of his insatiable greed. And as the darkness closed in around him, the greedy man knew that he would never be able to escape the Manitou's wrath. For all eternity, he would be trapped in this haunted forest, his soul twisted and tormented by the evil Manitou that he had awakened. This next story is called The Johnson's Nightmare. The tale of the curse of Manitou has been whispered in hushed tones for centuries in the village of Manitou. As per local folklore, the curse arose when settlers arrived and began to upset the natural balance of the land, raising trees, over-farming, and over-hunting to their heart's content, without consideration for Manitou's presence. With time, bizarre occurrences began happening, and Manitou's fury was said to have engulfed the town. The Johnsons, a Manitou family for generations, were hit the hardest by the curse. They used to lead a charmed existence, blessed with abundant crops, wholesome animals, and harmonious family ties. But their prosperity crumbled under the curse's weight. Suddenly, their crops began to wither away, Their animals grew sick, and family members went missing with no explanation. One fateful day, the Johnsons discovered a doll constructed from sticks and brightly colored scraps of fabric on their porch, an offering to Manitou to soothe the legendary being's wrath. It was already too late. The Manitou had descended upon them. During the night, the Johnsons heard unsettling noises outside their abode, footsteps and voices emanating from nowhere. They tried to listen past it, but it proved futile. The sounds bellowed everywhere. Before long, family members would vanish mysteriously, one after the other. The townsfolk searched for them high and low, but in the end, found nothing. I hope you enjoyed the stories. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed them. Now let's give you a bit of background on what exactly is a Manitou. Manitou can be traced back to the religious beliefs of Native American tribes, particularly those speaking the Algonquian language family, including the Delaware, Micmac, Maliseet, and Ojibwa tribes. The Algonquian word for Manitou means spirit, God, or great spirit, depending on the context. Manitou is often described as a supernatural force or a spiritual being that governs the natural world. It is believed to possess powerful abilities and can manifest in various forms such as a bird, animal, or natural element. Manitou is also said to be able to control resources that are essential to human life, such as food, medicine, and premonitions. Because of its ability to control these vital resources, Manitou is often seen as a provider of life and abundance. The exact origin of Manitou is still unclear, but what is known is that it has been a significant part of many Native American tribes' lives for centuries. The belief in Manitou has been passed down through generations via oral traditions and has played a crucial role in shaping Native American culture. According to Native American theology, Manitou is the essential power that underlies everything in the natural world. It is an animating force that permeates every object and organism. In this belief system, the human body is thought to possess a spiritual energy called mana that can be influenced by Manitou. Manitou can both influence and be influenced by the actions of humans. This interconnectedness between humans and the natural world is a fundamental part of Native American theology. Early Native Americans in Illinois believed that each person had their own Manitou, which could influence their success in war, fishing, and hunting. The Manitou was thought to be a personal spirit guide, assisting individuals in their daily lives and helping them achieve their goals. The significance of Manitou in Native American culture is also reflected in ceremonies and rituals. Various Native American tribes have developed their own unique rituals and ceremonies to pay respect to Manitou. These rituals aim to acknowledge Manitou's power and influence, ask for spiritual guidance and blessings, and offer thanks for the gifts provided by the natural world. The Sweat Lodge ceremony is one example of a ritual that is seen as significant in Native American tradition. In this ritual, participants enter a small enclosed space to sweat and pray while focusing on their connection with Manitou. Today, Manitou remains an important part of Native American culture and continues to be passed down through generations. Though beliefs about Manitou may differ among tribes, the fundamental principles of reverence, appreciation, and interconnectedness with the natural world remain at the heart of Native American spirituality and culture. The supernatural being Manitou has played a critical role in shaping early American history too. Native Americans have long relied on this powerful force for spiritual guidance and support, and its impact can be seen in the interactions between Native Americans and early European settlers. Early colonists in North America relied on the natural resources that Manitou provided in order to survive, including food, clothing, and shelter. The crops grown by early settlers relied on the natural cycles of the earth and were subject to the whims of Manitou. Those who lived in harmony with the natural world, as taught by Native Americans, often fared better than those who tried to control and exploit the land. Additionally, early settlers who sought to gain the trust of Native Americans often did so by showing respect for Manitou and their beliefs. Some European and American leaders recognized the significance of Manitou in Native American culture and sought to use this to establish positive relationships with Native American tribes. For example, William Penn, founder of Pennsylvania, initially established friendly relations with Native American tribes in the region by emphasizing his respect for their spirituality and traditions. The impact of Manitou on early American history can still be seen in the present day. Today, many Americans continue to place value on natural resources and environmental conservation, recognizing the significance of these resources in sustaining life. The legacy of Manitou also remains present in the continued recognition of Native American culture and spirituality. Manitou represents a deep reverence for the natural world and all that it provides. From the beliefs and culture of Native American tribes to the early history of American settlers, Manitou has had a significant impact on the development and growth of the United States, shaping the way Americans view the natural world and their place within it. The Manitou continues to be an important part of American culture today. Native American communities still rely on Manitou for spiritual guidance, while their traditions continue to inspire artistic works such as literature, music, and film. Manitou also continues to shape American history as Americans continue to learn about Native American culture and its impact on the United States. The influence of the Manitou movie has even contributed to a greater understanding and appreciation of Native American culture in American society. It serves as a reminder that Manitou and its spiritual significance continue to be relevant and respected today.